Okay, folks. So I used the Z6III on this one. I'm going to do the slideshow. And I will talk to you. I'm going to also play movies. Let's see. Excuse me. I just make it medium or standard. Include videos. Here we go. All right. So it was sunset yesterday. I've used three lenses: 90 millimeter Apo Summicron, 75 millimeter Hillier Classic Voigtlander. Excuse me, and the Voigtlander Ultron 35 millimeter. They're all Leica manual focusing lenses. Excuse me, and put them on adapter, which autofocuses them. So I still had to tweak it now and then, and it's not perfect. So you'll see some images that are kind of blurry, some are good. The far away shots, if they're toward infinity, they're pretty good. The closer shots, sometimes it would hit and miss. You'll see kind of like a double takes of the same picture, and that's because I was fiddling around with the aperture and trying to get it in focus. So one with a car, one without a car. But most of the pictures are clear. This is at nighttime, so I was dealing with different apertures. So I wasn't focusing on the tree, I was focusing on the moon. Just trying to see what the lens will do, see how we could focus. Nothing beats the native lens, but if you have other lenses, just buy an adapter until you have the funds to buy you a native lens for your new camera. I always say, sell your cameras but keep the glass, and then buy adapters to work with the new cameras. Most of these shots are clear. So I'm waiting for a movie to show up, and then I'll mute the sound so you can listen to the video. Now, these shots, I was trying to track the squirrel, but you can't see it. It was climbing the tree. That's why it had 3 or 4 shots in a row. These trees were humongous. And you can see some of the tree limbs were just bending down to get toward the sunlight. And if this doesn't play any videos, I'll play them. It's like the one I did previous with the Sony ZVE1. The ducks. But most of the images are just fantastically clear. This is one of the live oak trees. The tree kind of was forced down, but the roots still grew. And you can see how the branches went up into the air. This is all done by the Nikon Z6III with lenses that are kind of old. There's one of the squirrels came down to take a look at me, hoping I would feed it. Try to take pictures of the duck. So somehow it wasn't focusing at this time. It was a hit and miss. So I'm panning around the grounds, train station, train coming back in. So this series of shots is all out of focus. And I think right after this one, or maybe after this one, it starts in focus again. Yeah, there we go. So this is a 35mm lens. And try the different exposures. That's why you see 2 or 3 of them in a row together. But for that 35mm, that's my street lens for street photography. I use that mainly on my Leica M8. But I can use it on the Z6III or even on the ZVE1. I rather use a camera with an EVF because I think it's sharper. I can get it more focused through an EVF than through an LCD screen, especially in daylight. And if you notice, most of these pictures I was taking in the shade. It was 100 degrees outside. And there you go. It didn't play any movies. Yeah, I got a squirrel. He's looking at me. He's wondering if I'm going to feed him. Look at that long tail that he has. He's curious, isn't he? I'm using the 35mm Ultron on the Nikon Z6III. I should say Nikon. You might climb the tree. They're just curious. I wanted to show you this branch. Yeah, it just leans down. And then this one right here. Look at that. Incredible, isn't it? So I think it fell down and is leaning toward the sun, and That's the way the tree grew. And then you can see the branches go up. I love this site. It's totally different. You can see the different trees just bending over and branches growing up high. You can see moss, you can see wildlife. A couple of boys are fishing. They're right there. And the ducks are still there too. So let's walk. This is the okay, so the 75mm Voigtlander was the Hillier Classic. I've had the Leica 90mm Aposummicron. I'm using the Techart adapter TZM-02 for the Nikon, and I'm using the EA9 adapter Techart on the Sony ZV-E1. So, manual focus Leica M lenses. They're manual focus, but with these adapters I can autofocus video and stills. I think that's the daddy right there. He's the biggest. So I'm walking toward him very gingerly, not moving fast. There's the mama. Let's see if she goes around. Yep. Around the train station. Let's see if she climbs back. Try to get her to yeah. Okay, well, I'll just do it this way. So there's two siblings. There's Daddy. There's two laying there. So that's an extra duck. All right. So this is the 35mm Voigtlander. I think it's the Ultron. Okay. Voigtlander Ultron, yeah. On a mirrorless camera using an adapter, autofocusing. What do you think? I love the 35mm for street photography, landscape. I love the colors that this camera is producing, even on the ZV-E1. So here's the train coming back. And I might take a train ride with a different camera. So this past week I've been showing all of the cameras that I'm going to take on a trip. These are different. I wanted to show off the autofocusing lens from these two cameras, Z6III and the ZV-E1. 12 megapixels against the 24 megapixels. So anyway, thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe. Keep smiling. Let me see if I can get a steady shot. And I'll see you next time. Bye, folks.